From time to time, we have taken emails about overbearing dads. The ones, not even a helicopter dad, man. It just seems to not be able to let their kids go, want to be in on every decision. And in this case, it's a real problem for one Bert Show listener. If you got something going on in your life, hit us up at thebertshow.com. Mo's got the email.
Hey, Bert Show. I am currently engaged to be married, but there's something that's been bothering me about my fiance's father. I don't know if it's something I should confront him about or if I should just talk to my fiancée about it. The issue is that her father is super overbearing and controlling. He constantly oversteps boundaries and tries to dictate our lives. I get that we are younger, but this all seems really extreme. We're both 23. I surprised her and proposed at our college graduation last year. As far as examples as to how he overlaps boundaries, he insists on driving my fiancée to work whenever it's raining. She's totally cool with this, by the way, and sees nothing wrong with it. He also tries to make decisions for us, such as where we should go on vacation or what kind of furniture to buy for our home. I understand that my fiancée and her father are close, and I don't want to come in between them. However, I also feel like he's crossing a line and invading our privacy. I don't want this to continue once we're married. I'm not sure if I should talk to my fiancée about it or confront her father directly. On the one hand, I don't want to create tension in their relationship. On the other hand, I feel like I need to stand up for myself and assert my own boundaries. I love my fiancé, and I want to make this relationship work, but I'm worried that this issue will drive us apart. Thanks, frustrated fiancé.
So I come from such a dysfunctional family background that I'm just going to throw something out that might be totally ridiculous in your guys' healthy family worlds. Is it possible for the husband to have
fiancé?
The fiancé, yeah. To have a heart-to-heart with dad in any way, shape, or form that would end up as dad thinking like, okay, this guy's manning up. He's got my respect now. Or is that just going to go horribly wrong?
I think that's going to go horribly wrong.
Okay.
I think there's a time for that, when that could happen. But first you got to be married, and I think you'd have to be in the marriage for a little bit. But I know with my parents, this would have to come from me. If it came from the person that I was with, I just don't think that there would be a good solution.
And how would you even approach them, though? Like, hey, will you let my man be a man?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I think, yes, you guys are young, but I think that's neither here nor there. I feel like if you're going to marry somebody, you should be able to talk to them about anything. You need to have a conversation with her and be open and honest with her. Don't come in hot, because this is what she's been accustomed to her entire life. She sounds like she's a daddy's girl, and that this is how their relationship has been. There are certain things where I'm like, he drives her to work when it's raining, and she's 23. Like, you don't want to judge, to each their own, whatever works for you. But it just seem a little extreme.
Look, back in the day, we had a Bert Show member that was a full grown-ass woman whose mom used to call her every morning and wake her up, make sure she was up, and she wasn't going to be late for work. Grown-ass woman.
So I think you have to talk to your fiancé about this and be like, hey, listen, I love that you have such a loving relationship with your dad, but I want you to know that when he does this, I feel like he's overstepping boundaries, and that this is our life. And while input and advice is appreciated, I feel like it's too much.
I completely agree that he needs to talk to her, but I also feel like if she doesn't want this to change, it ain't going to change. And he's going to have a hard time trying to make it change.
After that conversation, if she's like, no, I like it like this, then you have a decision to make.
Yep.
Are you going to be cool with this, or are you going to have to walk away?
Can I take a hard left here for just 1 second and challenge you on a cliche you just said? And you guys might be totally right, and I might be exposing myself as not nearly the partner I'd like to be. The cliche that you used is, look, if you're married or you're going to get married, you should be able to talk to that person about anything. Is that true?
Yeah.
I believe it to be.
100%. You should be able to talk freely to your significant other, honestly, about anything that's on your heart or anything that's on your mind.
I mean, there's certain friends that fulfill needs, and we've discussed this on the show. Like, it's not expecting your partner to be everything and all things to you, because that's an impossible task to ask of somebody. So, of course, you're going to have friends that you're going to confide into about some things. But anything that has to do with your relationship, let me specify, your relationship and how you're feeling in your relationship, you should be able to talk to your partner about.
And there's nothing that has been on your mind where you're like, you know what? I'm just going to hold this one back. I don't know how to approach it, and I just know it's going to explode. So I'll let this one go.
Yeah, no, I've regretted it. Like you should be able to have open lines of respectful conversation with your significant other when it comes to your relationship and things that are affecting your relationship.
I think you 100% should be able to do it, but I think if you polled married couples, it'd be a higher percentage of people who don't do it than do.
I wonder. In your relationships, have you been like that? Like, we're in a committed relationship. Anything goes here.
I'm 100% honest. That's why none of them worked. That's exactly why.
That's why he's single.
That's why I'm single.
Okay.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched? Well, you can get way more of The Bert Show on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.